What it do? Y'all, what's good, beautiful people? How are y'all doing? I'm gonna do a quick thoughts on Marvin, the Martian. Took me a little bit to kind of get this video out because I really was trying to take the time and sit back and really think on my true thoughts for this character, Marvin here, and how I feel about the character, and if he's good or bad. And didn't want to release it on release and be thinking a little bit too soon on my thoughts for the character. So I wanted to give it a little time and let my thoughts marinate like a good old steak. But anyway, so Marvin. I feel like Marvin is not a good character. I feel like that he may be one of the worst characters in the game at the moment, and that is because he is a little bit too honest. His buttons aren't his buttons aren't really too good. His pressure and stage presence really isn't there, in my opinion. I feel like a lot of characters, they're on the stage, and with Marvin, you kind of forget that he's even in the fucking game. Now, Marvin does have combos and stuff like that, but how often and consistent can you really get a lot of his tools and stuff off? And what I'm referring to is in 2Vs. Not really played him a lot in 1Vs. I played against the Marvin in 1V and I kind of ran completely over him because Rocket in 1Vs is kind of hard to, it's easy to like dodge, it's 1v1. And a lot of his tools is kind of easy to dodge. His buttons are just his hits and stuff like that really don't have a lot of high priority. Neither do they have like a lot of reach or anything like that as well, which kind of just makes me feel like that, which makes him not like a strong character. I feel like his cooldowns are way too long, especially for like his neutral gun, the bubble, and then the one that pulls him to it. I feel like it's kind of hard to hit a lot of those with setups and stuff like that. You possibly can, but how consistent will you really hit them? And the same goes for his combos. Now I feel like that he does have tools, it's just a really hard character to play, and it kind of puts you at a huge disadvantage with not having high priority type moves or moves that like take up a lot of space and things that you can keep throwing out. I feel like for his character, for the job that he wants to get done, there are a lot of there are other characters that do what Marvin is supposed to do better. There are a lot of cheesy things that you could do with Marvin and kind of secure kills really kind of early, but I feel like the risk reward factor with Marvin isn't just fully there for his character. Like the rocket that he has, like being able to destroy the ship, and then it's kind of a takeaway from it. One of his perks is the lock-on one, where if you lock on, the missile comes and homes at them and hit them. If you don't lock on to them, the missile goes away. So now you got to re-wait for the whole cooldown, which makes it a real big waste of a special if you don't get that lock on. And 2Vs, a lot of hectic things, so it's a lot of setups that he has to go for his kit. Now, there are like cool things that he can do, but it's just like how much work you got to put in to get that shit off. You know what I mean? So as far as now, I feel like Marvin just needs a buff. He needs a rework. I felt like that he may have the Morty factor when Morty first dropped. He wasn't coming off as a strong character. We weren't sure kind of what Morty was standing, and he was difficult to play. And then after that, now we see what Morty is now, and I feel like that could potentially be Marvin with some reworks to his kit, which I feel like that he does need buffs to help him become a stronger character. He needs to have more stage presence because I feel like Marvin really lacks that stage presence. There's been games where I've played and I've completely forgot that Marvin was on the map because he's not taking up space. His projectiles for an assassin, he's no threat. Like his threat factor isn't there. For 2Bs, he needs a character. He relies too much on having a character that's going to create that pressure so that he can play his game.
No.
You know what I mean? No. And if you get in the air, Marvin can
point.
keep shooting the balls at you and keep knocking you in the air and stuff like that. But you gotta have a strong teammate to be able to have good stage control to allow Marvin to play the game that Marvin wants to play. And that's not very assassin-like, in my opinion. An assassin-like is boom, I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna get my hits in, and keep pressure as well when I can. And Marvin lacks that utility in a character. So it's just kind of where he sits on my mind at the moment is that he needs buffs. Some changes is maybe Rocket comes out faster, reduce the cooldown on Rocket. I mean, it is like it is a crazy kill. So either something has to be done with his up special where the cooldown, like maybe if it's destroyed, if the Rocket is destroyed, you get half the cooldown back. You know what I mean? So you don't have to wait that long so for it to come back. Because I mean, shit, the moment you do it, it's big ass fucking spaceship on the stage just running. Somebody fucking hit it. You know. I feel like that'll help. I feel like his reversal, his gravity pull move, it needs to have a stronger pull towards Marvin, but I mean that'll just create room for some real janky stuff Marvin can pull off. But that's what he needs. Too many characters in like this game isn't an honest game, bro. Marvin's too honest, but you can open room to make him broken. So you know, I feel like the bubble a little bit more. His moves, his hits, I feel like they need to extend the range on them or something. His normals is one of the biggest issues that I have with Marvin. So maybe a little bit more range on his hits will also help fix him up a little bit. But I just feel like, you know, he needs some work somewhere in that kid. And I feel like the specials across the board for everybody is kind of iffy. So mainly that. The Rocket was my biggest gripe. I mean, it does kill. There's a hell of a lot of knockback, but I mean, shit, play books. You know what I mean? Play books. But I mean, you know, but when it does hit, it does good. It's just, it's that hard. The main problem that I think is the destructive ability to it. That's why I said it takes me a minute to kind of release the video because I'm still trying to organize my thoughts surrounding Marvin and his character. But so far, that's just kind of where I'm at. I think that he's a bottom character. He needs work and a little bit more time for his meta and full play style to develop. And 2v is kind of hard because he's so reliant on a teammate to be able to play his game. Without that, his presence isn't there. He's not going to be able to peel opponents off of the teammate as easily as other characters can, who could come over there and hit you with a fair to knock the team away to help his teammate out because his buttons aren't that good. You know what I mean? Like with Morty, if you on like Morty's teammate, Morty can come over there and fair or whatever he's gonna do to peel you off, you know? So in with Marvin's case, Marvin's very sit up heavy with the lock on system and the way you gotta utilize the tools around that. But it's just, why not play someone else? You know, who has an easier time per se. Even at my current MMR, I've not seen one single high like MMR Marvin. Like since release. Only time you see is like low levels, and I've played for like a lot of hours on like this week, week 2 of his release, and I'm seeing none in high level. So that kind of speaks a lot, I guess. So, thank you all for watching all of that great, beautiful stuff. Currently, my thoughts on Marvin is that he needs buff and that he's at the bottom of the roster. Currently, so for some buffs, a little rework to make him a little bit more stronger character and a little less honest, because that's what he needs. That's what he needs. Thank you all for watching. Leave your comments and thoughts below on how do you feel about Marvin. What do you think Marvin is placed on the tier list? What changes would you like to see to Marvin as well? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, doses.